Hi YouTube. I just want to do a quick video about bad habits and whether or not they may be preventing you from building wealth. You know, I watched a video from Raw Dog last night, and in the video he said something that kind of stuck with me all day. I just kind of bounced this around and was really thinking about it. And he said something to the effect of, look, on my channel I talk about things that don't really matter, and it doesn't make a difference anyway, right? And you know, he's right. Look, on a macro sense, certainly there's nothing that we can do or say on a YouTube video that's going to move the needle at all. It's not even going to flicker, right? But I get the sense that if you put a strong, consistent message out there on something as important as your personal finances, and you know, as people can kind of relate to you because maybe they're in a similar income class, or you know, people can benefit from videos like these, and that's why I like to do them. And I know on some level there is some repetition to something like this. I mean, I get that, okay? So at least understand going in that I know. So we all have bad habits, every one of us, and these don't even have to be real, true vices. Okay, I'm not even digging at the biggies like smoking, drinking, lottery tickets, you know, gambling, drugs. You know, I'm really talking about those small bad habits, those small bad financial habits that just kind of chip away at your weekly, monthly income. Maybe it's that stop in the morning at the convenience store to rush in and you know, buy a coffee and a newspaper. Doesn't sound very harmful, does it? $3 a day. Well, it adds up. You know, maybe it's at work, maybe hitting the vending machine and paying vending machine prices for snacks or a soda. Again, that's not very much money, but boy, does that add up too. Maybe it's hitting the cafeteria instead of bringing a bag lunch to work. Again, none of that stuff by itself really means much. But it's all about getting your finances under control. I got to be honest with you guys. My expectations of you for next year are sky high. They really are. When you think about all that we've discussed, all the different ways to make a little bit of money, all the different ways to save a little bit of money, you know, you combine that with a lower silver price. I'll tell you what, I'm really optimistic for next year. You know, let me ask you this. If I were to say to you that next year I want you to come up with $7,200 to put into, you know, whether it's precious metals or any kind of savings or investment vehicle, your first reaction would probably be, really? $7,200? Can't do it. Not even going to try. That's just ridiculous. Okay, fair enough. If I were to say to you that, you know, I'd like to see you come up with $600 a month, does that change the calculus at all? Same amount of money, but it sounds more reasonable, doesn't it? $600 a month. Still a pretty tough target. What if we change that number to $20 a day? It's the same number. That's still $600 a month, $7,200 a year. But suddenly it starts to sound more doable, doesn't it? $20 a day, just a little $20 bill every day. With all the ways that we've talked about making money, just $20 a day. Online surveys, Coke rewards, you know, flipping, silver coins, whatever. $20 a day. Now, we also combine, it's not just making $20 a day, but saving some money too by stopping some of these bad habits. You know, what if you were to stop that $5 a day that you spent at the convenience store in the vending machines? Now we're talking about $15 a day. And curbing some of your behavior. What does that do? Does that sound more doable? It does to me. And then you start thinking about, well, gee, you know, $15 a day. Well, you know, I can go on Amazon Mechanical Turk Yeah, thank you again to Silver Gurkha for pointing that out to me, because I've been doing well with that. I can easily make a few dollars a day there without even doing anything. And then you start going through all the ways that we make a little bit of money, and it's like, you're really onto something. It's just something to think about, guys. We all have these bad habits, and they usually come from a place of pain, right? You're usually masking. It's a kind of a coping mechanism. You're just masking something that's wrong in your life, and you're gonna have to really be honest with yourself. Maybe it's at a moment of self-reflection, but you're just going to have to really kind of get to know yourself and try to figure out why you do what you do, and what you can do to stop it. Bad habits are really easy to start. And, I often think about my son, right? Whenever we play sports, maybe it's baseball, when I start to see him doing something a little bit different, maybe he starts to throw sidearm a little bit too much, what I always tell him when I correct him is, look, you don't want to start in on that, because once you start, it's really hard to stop. And it's like that with anything, whether it's Diet Coke, whether it's smoking, whether it's drinking, any of that stuff. Once you start, it's really hard to stop. You have to just ask yourself why you do what you do. And you probably make excuses for the behavior, right? Excuses are simply justifying failure to yourself in a palatable way, or to others. Once you stop making excuses to others and yourself, you'd be surprised that, once you get in the mindset that you simply won't make excuses and you won't accept failure, you'd be surprised at what you can achieve. You'd be surprised at how strong you are when you're tackling different adversity in your life. Hey, look, one thing that I'd suggest to you is, if this is something that you want to get started, just kind of target those areas in your life where you're just kind of throwing money out the window every day, all the small ways, and target that, and then you can, flip it around and also find ways to make a few dollars every day. You'd be surprised how quickly it adds up, guys. All right, I'll talk to you later.